Let me hear it for the streets. We got it. Streets are our streets. Streets are our streets. I don't even know you got Chester, but let's talk about Philly. Did y'all know that just the other day, Governor Wolf signed House Bill 2458 into law, establishing a task force made up of members of the General Assembly, the natural gas industry, Philadelphia building trades, and Philip Port that would study the economic feasibility, financial impact, and the security necessities involved in making the Port of Philly an LNG export terminal. They're not just trying to do this to Philly. They're trying to do this to Chester. They're trying to do this in Marcus Hook. They want to make our entire Delaware River watershed an export hub for LNGs. Shame. Shame. In this industrialized I-95 corridor, we already bear the brunt of environmental injustice and racism by countless major polluting facilities. Directly in our lines of our home, we have endless fence-line communities that live directly in front of these major sources of pollution, and our children, our families are suffering from it. My kid has asthma. My kid has nosebleeds every day when he wakes up. I have asthma, have had my whole life, and it's all from these industries and the poison that they're putting into our air with no regard for human life and safety. And now they want to just when Philly Thrive and the community beat PES refinery and got that out of here, now they want to come in and poison you again with LNGs? No, we are not going to let that happen. We will not let that stand. It will not. And it won't just be, it's not just the LNG terminal. They got to connect the pipelines to it. That means they're going to be taking homes, easements. They're going to use the easements and take people's homes to connect the pipeline to the LNG export hub. And why? They're lying. They're lying and telling you that there's a natural gas shortage. There is not. There are 30 boats parked in the Mediterranean right now that cannot unload their LNGs because Europe is full. They just don't have the infrastructure to distribute it. There is no natural gas shortage. It's a lie. It is propaganda by the fossil fuel industry because they want profits and because they don't care about people to get it. They will take your homes. They will poison the air even more. They will poison our children until there's nothing left. All for money. All the lines in billionaires' pockets even more.
Killed my father. Shame on you.
And they use warmongering. They use warmongering because of the Russia-Ukraine war. They want to use that as an excuse to continue to pollute our communities. They tell you the Ukrainian people need us to sacrifice our health, need to sacrifice our lands, when the truth is that there is no gas shortage. Again, it's a lie. So we need to organize, and we need to come out here in the streets, and we need to tell them, no, we do not want Philly to be a natural gas hub. No, we will not sacrifice our communities to this. We need to join an organization and fight every day because, as you can see, this pollution is not just that issue. It's connected to housing. It's connected to racial justice. It's connected to financial justice. It's connected to everything that we're fighting for. So we need to organize in our communities every day to tell them that we will not stand for this. We will not sacrifice our community to the fossil fuel industry. Thank you.
Thank you. That was news. That was brand new news to me. That Governor Wolf signed that bill. Now, this is the reason why we got to be careful who we vote for. We got to be careful who we vote for, who we put in office. Because Governor Wolf always said he was for the people. He always said he was for us. He always said he was for democracy. Is democracy where you kill the people? That's part of democracy? That's what they want to do. And also, I just want to shine a light on the way that, developers, right? They have plans to come in and they tell you of all the financial success that your community have when they come to it. But these things are just lies just to get in the door. And for the life of me, speaking about our next speaker, for the life of me, I can't understand why does it make sense to build an arena in the center of the city downtown. Don't get me wrong, I love the Sixers. I'm a diehard Sixers fan. But you can't have no arena in Center City. There's nothing wrong with where you're playing at right now. Straighten your game up too while you at it. But it makes no sense. So the next speaker that's coming up, that'll be from the Asian Americans United.
Hi, everyone. I gotta give a shout out to all these cars that are backed up here because this is what Chinatown's going to look like. So, little talk story. In Chinese, we say "gong gu zai." Talk story. My son, Aaron, he lived for Kung Fu Man. He was down in Chinatown 3 nights a week, every weekend. You could find him in Chinatown. And every weekend, he would take a little money from his piggy bank, and he'd go down to the laundromat that used to be on the corner of 10th and Cherry, and he'd buy some candy. And I asked him one day, why are you buying candy in the laundromat? It's cheaper up the street in CVS. And he schooled me. He said, the man in the laundromat always says hello to me. He's happy to see me. He calls me by my Chinese name. So what does it mean for our children to grow up in communities where people they interact with call them by their names, their true names? What does it mean to know the economy you support is the economy of the people you know, the people you have relationships with? What does it mean to have real communities like Chinatown? This isn't just an esoteric economic question. It's a question about our humanity, about our capacity to create and sustain community. It is at the heart of what it means to value democracy over development. In our Chinatown, born from exclusion, hate, and violence, grown into a cultural and spiritual center, a community in which I marked every major life event, from my marriage to the birth of my children, from graduations to the passing of my parents. A community that has struggled to exist for more than 150 years. This community is yet again under attack. How much is a billion? How much is $1 billion? 999,999,999 plus one. And the developers behind the Arena project, threatening a low-income and working-class community of color, the last in Center City, one of the last Chinatowns in the country, they're not just billionaires, they're multi-billionaires. Let's name names, man. David Edelman. The man who made his billions from campus housing. He made his billions on the backs of student debt. All while taking advantage of tax abatements, pushing prices up, and pushing long-term community residents from their homes. Billionaire number 2, Josh Harris, co-founder of the Apollo Global Group, the group that ran Hahnemann Hospital into the ground, that tried to milk the city in the middle of a pandemic. The man who wanted to cut the wages of the workers in the 76ers organization by 20% in the midst of the pandemic, while in the same week, he donated $100 million to Penn's business school. Billionaire number 3, David Blitzer, global head of tactical opportunities with the Blackstone Group, an investment firm that has been called out by the United Nations for contributing to the global housing crisis. A UN rapporteur singled out Blackstone's practices for having, quote, devastating consequences for tenants in countries all around the world. The rapporteur said, we remind states of their human rights obligations to regulate investment in residential real estate so that it supports the right to adequate housing. While gold is a commodity, housing is not. It is a human right. So there you have it, a trifecta of greed, the American oligarchs. Philadelphia is at the center, at the eye of the storm of parasitic greed that we have exported around the world. Chinatown is now the bullseye of an obscene vanity project of billionaires who are fueling the global housing crisis. But as we have done time and time again, Chinatown will fight. And we know, standing here looking at all of you, we do not fight alone. Our fight is a Philadelphia fight. Our fight is a global fight. Chinatown stands in solidarity with all who dare to fight and who dare to win. So I say for our elders, for our children, for our precious communities, we say shut them down. Shut them down. Shut them all the hell down.
That's the energy we need. We need that energy. Thank you so much. We gotta shut them down. They want to make their money off of our backs. They billionaires and they want to make their money off of our backs. And they become used to making their money off of our backs. They get tax abatements. They get tax credits. They get everything. We get slavery. That's not mathematics. And it's stopping right now. This is the start of stopping that stuff right now. Right now, we stopping it right now. And just like we pay taxes, we want the people that's billionaires, they got to pay taxes too. And on that note, I have a speaker from Acre. Come on up.
Whose city? Our city. Whose city? Our city. Whose city? Our city. I am Ermi. I am with Acre, and we're part of the Philly Revenue Project. We are Tax the Rich PHL because Philly can thrive if we tax the rich. PBR is a coalition of people, organizations, and campaigns wanting to fund public services and hold billionaires, corporations, and nonprofits accountable to pay their fair share. Funding city services creates a thriving city. Developers, corporations, and the ultra-wealthy rely on tax breaks, development incentives, and other forms of public money to get what they want. When corporations, billionaires, and universities don't pay what they owe in taxes, working people bear the cost of every day. in underfunded schools, parks, recreation centers, libraries, and neighborhoods. There are real solutions that could bring much needed revenue to our city services. In June 2020, Councilmember Brooks introduced the Philly Wealth Tax. The Philly Wealth Tax would tax intangible personal property. Intangible personal property includes assets like stocks and bonds. And who has stocks and bonds? The rich. It taxes $4 for every $1,000 in holdings, or 4 cents out of every $10, just 0.4%, which is really low, especially for the ultra rich. The tax would fall almost exclusively on the rich, since they are the ones who hold the kinds of assets that the tax covers, and because retirement accounts are excluded. Most people don't know, but this tax existed beginning in the early 1900s, up through the 90s, when the rich and corporations lobbied to get rid of it. But we need investment in our communities, not development that pushes working people out of our neighborhoods. This tax alone could generate more than $250 million. So we need to tax the rich. We want to fund the people, fund our communities, and not billionaires. So next year, City Council and the mayor are all up for grabs. So we need to hold them accountable because they control the city budget. So our city budget, we need to tell them that there is money in Philadelphia. We need to tell them to tax the rich. We want to do that by defunding the police, ending tax abatements, collecting pilots, passing the wealth tax, and requiring the wealthy to pay their fair share. So Philly can thrive if we tax the rich. Fist up. Fist up. Fist up.
Yeah. We got to tax the rich. We got to get the foot off our neck. We don't want to hurt you, but just break us off a little something. All right, y'all, we came, we saw, we conquered, and I think they heard us loud and clear. Yeah. We gonna move on, we gonna go this way, right up this road right here, y'all. Let's go.
We're here at 26 in Penrose in Philly, Pennsylvania. There's been protests with a bunch of different groups against corporate development and a number of different projects.
I don't want to. I'm sorry.
But all right. Any of you want to talk down live when they're here today?
How many viewers do you have?
We got some associates right now.
Some dozens. We're here in support of Philly Thrive. My name's Dave.
What is Philly Drive?
Philly Thrive has been fighting for 8 years for environmental justice, racial justice, and economic justice in support of closing down the refinery here in City Council District 2 in Philadelphia.
So behind us, there's a huge refinery site. Can you explain a little bit about what happened there and the explosion and all that?
Well, 150 years of environmental damage has occurred, so it's hard to talk about 150 years of destruction to our communities here. But the neighborhoods of Grace Ferry, of Point Breeze, of here in South Philly, over in Southwest Philly have banded together, especially in 2019 after the refinery exploded. We were able to shut down the refinery through activists of Philly Drive. And here we are today trying to get a community benefits agreement from Hilco, who remains silent.
I heard there was a meeting that was scheduled and you called off a couple weeks ago. Can you just mention what's going on with those meetings?
Hilco is not telling truthfulness. They're setting up meetings. They're canceling meetings. June 4th, they said they'd come out to Stinger Square. They didn't show up. Philly Drive gathered the community. When was that? In August? September? I don't remember when. Over at Auburn Reed High School, they said they were having a meeting, and then the last minute, they told everyone that there was a security threat, and there was no security threat. There was Philly Drive, peaceful activists, calling for a community benefits agreement to support the neighborhoods.
Do you have a website or where can you look it up?
PhillyThrive.org. Welcome to Philadelphia.
On Penrose, like a ramp. The refinery is right here. So that's the refinery up over there. Sorry about the shaking.
So do y'all think we put the city on notice today? Y'all think they get the message yet? If they don't, they will. That's what I just heard in the crowd. We're going to make them get the message.
Hell yeah!
We're going to fix that fight back. We're going to keep fighting. Everybody here, make sure the next time you tell somebody else about this fight. We got to get bigger. We got to get more people involved. We got to have everybody understand what's at stake. See, because that's what they've been getting away with it so long for, because they haven't told people what's at stake. But now we waking up, we know what's at stake from the jump, from the beginning. What's at stake? And we're there to make sure we get our fair share of what's at stake. So right now, we closing out, and I want to thank everybody for coming out and standing up for justice today. It was my pleasure to march with y'all, and I will do it again any day of the week. Just call me, I'm ready. So we got buses coming to take us back to the park. And this is goodbye, but it's not forever. We're going to see each other in the fight because we fighting to the end.
Solid ground, solid might. Get your boots on the ground and fight. The Leon Block. Freedom. Freedom of press. Media. Journalists. Journalism. Words matter. The Leon Block. Unite the classes. All power to the people. The Leon Block. Get in line. Are you looking to advertise your business to a diverse and conscious audience? Are you looking to give back to your community or have your voice heard? We are looking for you. The Leon Block. We want to provide people and small businesses with more traffic while connecting more people from all backgrounds, as well as integrating viewers more into what we do. Community is everything. Will you join us in help building a better life for us all? The Leon Block. The Leon Block Independent Media is a grassroots independent media platform by the people seeking to fill the gaps news deserts have created. Left and socialist leaning, we are pro-black, cover stories of police brutality, human rights, environmental issues, racism, and more in a more in-depth way that mainstream media can't, won't, or doesn't provide. The Leon Block. Our mission is to change the way citizens look at media, to embolden